Okay, yeah. So right now we're being joined by Jesus. He's another member of the Creative Jays. So what you been up to, bro?
Nothing, just going through the whole week. Just, just surviving, I guess.
I feel you, dude.
Shit. I mean, I'm in fucking engineering, so that might as well is already fucking tough.
Man, you're the healthiest engineer I've ever met. Usually they be looking like zombies and ghosts crawling out the fucking room. Like they just came from a grave.
No, but he's the kind of person like he gets like aggravated. So when it comes to like when he's like he has this coding class, and so every night I hear him say fuck, fuck. So because he's not like managing to figure out how to do the coding.
Yep. Bro, it's like it can be the smallest little mistake, and it's like a big ass fucking paragraph full of code, and you have to like go back and fucking read every fucking line.
Mm-hmm.
I had like an intro class or something like that in high school. He was like, you gotta make a game. And I was like, I'm never doing this in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that.
Yeah. So speaking of high school, we were talking about like what we went through in high school. We were talking about all these kind of like different moments and how we kind of like evolved from that point in our lives and like that. So like in high school, he was like more so kind of like I won't say he was a hothead, but he was quick to like anger. He's like anytime somebody kind of stepped to him, he'd kind of be like quick to say, try to defend himself. And of course, you should do that.
How big was your school?
It was like
how many people was in your class?
In
my school?
800.
800.
And it's a very small school.
It's a very small school.
I hate so conversation like that. Like I know exactly what you guys mean. Yeah.
So you say every motherfucker in the hallways every day.
Now, like you said, just our class. That was just our class.
Yeah.
So that means we had to deal with two other classes, and they had about the same amount. So our shit was packed into this very fucking small school, and it wasn't like, I'm not saying it's small to the sense where it's like elementary small, but more so it's like our high school.
It didn't fit.
Was like an auditorium compared to like other high schools that were in the suburbs.
Well, I mean, you gotta remember, when you guys talk about the size of your high school, and you're like, it's small, it's probably still big compared to a lot of Austin schools. Because like if I take you guys to my school, I'd be like, is it bigger than this? You guys most likely gonna be like, yeah, that's kind of small over there. Because my class was 200, and my school was 2 and 1. We had like 1,800 people, and like the bigger schools in Texas, which I mean Austin, not Texas, is like Lake Travis, Westlake, and those schools, they look like little small JUCOs.
Mm-hmm. No, I feel you.
So I mean, most schools they're probably gonna be a lot smaller than yours, because most Texas schools are 5A, like 2 or 6A.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 1,800 and the 2,100 amount of students.
Mm-hmm.
When we came back to get some shit from the fucking register office, they had a fucking. So when you get in, right next to it, there's the lunch. And
cafeteria.
Cafeteria. And when we got there, it was time for them to leave the fuck out of the fucking cafeteria. And when they fucking leave, bro, it's like big fucking mob of people. And we were like, oh fuck, we better get the fuck out of here.
How many lines did y'all have for going to the cafeteria? How many lines did y'all have? Cause we had like 4.
I think there were 3.
3?
Yeah, 3.
Y'all feed all them damn kids with 3 lines?
Yeah. But like the cafeteria it's not big, but it's like nicely sized.
Honestly, I didn't give a fuck about the lines. I just fucking skip right ahead.
I live down the street, so I just go walk home. Only seniors were allowed to leave. But hey, boy, you a senior? Yeah. All right. And I go walk. I come back the next year. You a senior? Yeah. All right.
Yeah, but high school brings back, when you like think of like high school, all you think about is fights. Like the fights early in the fucking morning. It's 7 a.m. So there's people getting whooped. There's
people out here having beef at 7 a.m. It's like, bro, chill.
I haven't gotten my breakfast yet.
Yeah. I started skipping. Like I would start coming super late. Cause if I got time for all that shit in the morning, I'm just out here trying to just chill, and people out here beefing with one another. They're screaming and yelling. I'm like. So I was like, damn. Like, I think y'all still fighting this early?
We kind of had like a race war at our school. I'm being serious. There's like this whole thing where it's like Hispanic people fighting black people, and it was always a Hispanic dude and a Hispanic guy, and it would happen.
You mean a black dude and a Hispanic guy?
I just said that.
No, you said
Hispanic twice.
Okay, my bad. A black guy and Hispanic dude.
Y'all doing a discrimination Olympics? Trying to see
Discrimination.
who's the tougher minority or something?
I guess so.
I guess.
It wasn't. I wasn't involved in this shit, but it's more so like it was just happening. How long did it last? How long did it last? It was more so like
it was like a whole fucking week.
It was a whole week. There's like fights every single day, like and multiple fights a day.
They even had a whole like video compilation of all the fights, and they call it Mexico versus Blacks or something. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, usually I knew about it because I was around it because I was trying to get to my bus, and all the fights happened in the bus ramps.
Mm-hmm.
So we were just like. You had a whole prom proposal.
Y'all can't even get on the bus safely without niggas trying to get your wife by
down. We had a whole prom proposal going on, and then like 2 minutes later, a fight breaks out, and we were like, "Oh, right next to it, right fucking next to it."
People fought everywhere, dude. People fought in the common area. People fought in the cafeteria. People fought in the bathrooms.
That's a lot.
The bathroom was like, dude, you can go on there trying to take a piss, and people would just be fighting. It's like, this dude just got knocked out.
Or somebody
or
like out their head goes under the stall. You're like, yo.
Nah, let me go ahead and handle my business and get the fuck out of here. There's too much going on in high school.
I think one time I went in, some girl was giving like a guy head or something.
What?
I don't know. Just like it was in the bathroom where like our history teacher was at.
Oh,
right there.
That makes sense.
I think America was talking about it.
Oh yeah, she was talking about that.
She was like,
where some girl was standing on a stall. I know the girl you're talking about too.
I know she rode my bus.
I remember her now. She was you talking about the tall girl with the curly hair.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember her now. Because America was talking about her, and I knew that girl in 4th grade. I forgot her name.
She rode my bus and.
Yeah, but she said she was tall, so I was like, why the fuck is she standing on a tall giving head? So I was like, what the fuck is going on? Because she was a tall girl.
Yeah.
She's a tall girl standing on the fucking toilet seat. Like, what dude were you giving head to where you had to stand on the toilet seat? But it was just weird. It's like a lot of weird shit going on.
When I saw that, I was like, I'm gonna take this somewhere else. I can wait.
I never used the restroom at school.
You never used the restroom? You never went in? Well,
man, it had to be super late, super early, or I just didn't go like in the main time school's going on.
Gotcha.
People out here were trying to get high and shit. The bathroom, like bro.
Niggas were shooting dice and shit.
I'm just trying to piss. And there were definitely fights. And it was like the year before I got there. So when I was in 8th grade, people was fucking in like hall closets in the bathrooms. So you had to get escorted by a teacher to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess when I got there, they were like, "Yeah, we'll be all right." So people weren't studying in the bathrooms. They was definitely doing it in the lockers. Right next to the lockers.
Wait,
close to the bathroom.
Oh,
after school.
What the fuck?
Before school. I'm like, damn.
Nah, dude. Even on the after school bus, people were trying to get busy. I was like, dude, this is a bus.
I'm trying to get home.
It's too much. And they try to be like sneaky about the shit. They like the girl. The guy would put a girl like a coat over the girl's head. You're like, dude, I know what the fuck you're doing. It's not hard to like see what the fuck you're doing. It's too much going on right now. And the bus is packed. And it's always happening at the back of the bus. And I always happen to sit at the back of the bus because like I like to sit in the back of the bus. But you don't have to be in this area to do that shit. Go somewhere else.
I can't have an opinion on that because I never rode the bus because I live down the street.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like a half-mile walk.
Gotcha.
So that's why I was always late. Because the closer you live to somewhere, you're like, I can leave 5 minutes before. I'll be all right. So, and when I did ride the bus, we would just go to like the community college. So it was like the good kids or stuff. So never had that happen. But definitely in school, there was a lot of stuff going on. That's why I talk to no girls. That's why I talk to certain girls. Because like either I knew them and they tell me, or I knew guys and they would tell me, or like somehow like people just find out they tell me, and I'm like, she was doing what? She was fucking behind the portables.
Oh yeah, when I think there was a girl at school who got fucked in the baseball dugout. You remember hearing about that?
I think I heard about it.
Well, she said she got fucked in a baseball dugout. I was like, it's too much going on, dude.
I believe y'all got problems. Y'all can't.
It's just too much going on, dude. It's like
I think I've been in it.
Hormones was in the air or something. Like, bro, you can't wait or something. Like, damn. Like, you in a baseball dugout, you.
Oh yeah.
You really got to get it in right there or something. Sheesh.
Hormones, hot Cheetos, and ripped skinny jeans. That was going on at our school.
Nah, bro.
Every girl just like that.
The sweats, with the jacket, with the fur around it, that's
with the
real
pink
dirty.
shit too, with the pink print, everything.
Yeah. Like that was like how they dressed. A hoodie, skinny jeans, and some Air Force Ones. That was every girl's outfit. We barely even had like a dress code, really.
That was the basic chicks dress code.
Yeah, just wear a fucking color shirt. That's it.
That was the only dress code.
I didn't even fucking wear it
shirt.
when like senior. I stopped fucking wearing one.
Mm-hmm.
I just brought like the fucking flannel, and I got in.
Gotcha.
Took it off.
Everybody did that shit. You just wear the flannel, you get inside, I'm taking the shit off. The teacher says, put it back on. Okay, sure. I'm gonna act like I put it on. Shut the fuck up. I'm taking it off.
Yeah, that's dress code. You do whatever.
Yeah. You in fucking California. You in Austin, my bad.
I was at school in Austin.
Yeah, but Houston was on some other shit.
The only time people cared about that dress code was when girls were showing shoulders, which was hilarious because I was like, what y'all be wearing? That's not allowed. Tank tops.
It was shoulders
Man,
at
give me one. I'm gonna go wear one.
It was shoulders at your school. It was knees at ours. You couldn't show your knees. Really? It was on. Girls couldn't wear skirts.
Well,
you couldn't wear shorts. Well, yeah, you could wear shorts, but it's like they had to be at a certain length.
My school was like an athletic school,
Mm-hmm.
and all the girls, all the hoes, they be trying out as freshmen, because that's the way you meet all the more popular people and shit like that. So like, the only problem was like, when you wear the short shorts that like up here, like
Mm-hmm.
close to like the ass.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only time people would ever say anything, because like most likely that person was like they were an athlete.
Yeah.
But yeah, the basketball girls, soccer girls.
For us, our basketball
Volleyball.
girls, they wore regular size shorts. They either wore pants or they would wear like regular size basketball shorts. They never really wore like the short shorts.
Gotcha.
It was the ones who were like track. For us, track team was full of hoes.
Okay, let me ask y'all both a question.
Cheerleaders too.
Let me ask y'all both a question. So like, what was y'all's craziest experience in high school?
You want to go first?
I guess.
I don't think about. I have to think about all.
He's like, which traumatic experience do I want to talk about first? How much trauma do I have built up? Which one do I want to detail?
I guess for me was the one I remember the most is probably like the last day of school. Last day of school for senior year. You remember we had to go to the fucking to the gym to practice our fucking ceremonial shit for our walk. So I rode with I'm not gonna say his name, but you know who I rode with. He always gave me rides home and shit.
Yeah.
And he just happened to have weed that fucking day.
Mm-hmm.
And then we both started smoking. We started both smoking a little bit, and Dr. Price.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
This tall black guy. Like,
I remember him. I'm upset her.
We're like, so we were just chilling there. You can see the smoke, and I was just like, let me take a hit. Let me take a hit a little bit. Let me get through this day. Let me go through this day.
He's like, let me get my medicine real quick.
And I'm just like, and then from the reflection mirrors, we can see like the Dr. Price big ass fucking coming through, and we were like, oh fuck, shit, hide the weed. And then I don't know why, but my friend fucking dropped all that shit right there in the thing, and you can obviously fucking see it.
In what thing?
Right fucking right in this space in the area under your feet, basically.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And you can see some in the fucking cup holders as well.
Yeah.
So we were like, fuck, I was like, damn, I'm gonna get fucking trouble the last day of fucking school of my senior year.
I mean, I had no pockets.
I mean,
they weren't thinking.
we were
fucking pot. This smoking pot didn't understand that. Oh,
roll the windows down. And then Dr. Price comes by, and he was already on the backside of the truck, and we pretty much got out of there. And then since we rolled the windows down, he looked right there. He's like, "Hey, young man, you left your windows open." We were like, before he said you left your windows open, we were like, fuck, he caught us. We're fucked. And then he's like, y'all left your windows open. I was like,
Once my friend, he impersonates Medea.
Mm-hmm.
If you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know who it is. Tyler Perry. Yeah.
I meant like my friend who does it.
Yeah. I know he's.
Oh yeah, I remember. It's been like a whole year of a pandemic. I don't even remember previous conversations. I remember he had the 1976 Cadillac. I remember one time we were coming down this road, and you know how you could tell when a cop was like scanning your plates and shit like that, and they're following you. So he was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Damn!" Like they really felt pull us over. Yeah, we had some weed in the car. Wasn't too much. So we turned right, and they turned right, and he was like, "Damn, bro, we finna get pulled over." I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "They're definitely following us." I was like, "All right, take another right." So we took another right, and they come up, they turn on the lights, and so they pull us over. This motherfucker, the license plate that he had, that's what they scanned. It was some random ass license plate he had found under the kitchen sink. And when they scanned it, it was like the letter S or a 5, and they couldn't tell the difference. So they kept trying to like look for like the whole license plate number with the letter S and the letter 5, and then like she showed him like his permit because he didn't have a license either. I'm like, damn. Nigga, what you trying to do? You ain't got a real license. You ain't got no real license plate. What the fuck we doing right here? And they were like, they're all right. I was like, man, that's some cool white cops.
Okay.
Luckily they didn't search the car or anything like that. Cause I think it was me, him, and like his cousin or something like that.
Gotcha.
But for me, my wildest, I won't say it's like a wild story, but I remember some girl was trying to get real intimate during an exam in macroeconomics. Like we were taking an exam, and she would scoot over real close, and she'd be like pat like my thigh and stuff like that. And I'm like, cause we weren't together. But I mean, that never meant anything really. But this time it did, cause I didn't want them.
Gotcha.
And that was like that's the first thing I think of. That was like during my senior year. It's a whole like we're working in groups for our exams, by the way, so a little more contact. So you can work like by yourself, groups of 2, groups of 3, and she was just definitely real handsy, real feely, touchy. And then her friend was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "You finna get me in trouble because you out here doing some weird shit."
Gotcha.
And I don't know what I said. I said something super mean to her eventually to where she stopped.
Mm-hmm.
you call that real?
I said something. And then like during homecoming, she sat on my lap, and I was like, "Damn, didn't mean to do that."
Hmm.
Threw out some little pheromones.
This nigga is future. Because I don't want these hoes, but they keep coming towards me. I don't want them.
Threw out some pheromones. Like animals be doing.
Gotcha.
That's the only thing I can think of. But I remember. I mean, there was a lot of things that happened outside of school. During school, I don't remember.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't mean like necessarily that happened in school. I mean more so like what was going on like in that area of time, like what was going on that was like, oh, this shit is crazy. Like either one of you.
The craziest thing that happened either inside or out of school. I came home one day. They was like, "Yo, such and such, they in jail." I was like, "Damn, what they do?" They was like, "They stabbed some people." And I was like, "How many people?" They stabbed 4 people. I'm like, "Damn." Like,
oh wow.
Like what happened? Oh, blah 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 blah. They was on some stuff. They was having episodes. They stabbed some people. And I was like, in one night they were like, nah, like a few nights ago, and then like last night. I'm like, damn. They didn't get caught until then. They were like, yeah. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I do a lot of crazy stuff. Well, you can tell you're still like intense. Like
I was gonna say it was my mom, but yeah.
Oh wow.
So that was definitely the crazy part. I was like, damn, she fucking up my financial availability. Cause you know how you gotta have your mom like sign papers and shit for FAFSA? She fucked that up for me.
Yeah, where your mind went with that? He's like, damn, she fucking up my.
This was right before I was graduating. Like this was like I think I graduated in June or some shit, like beginning of June.
Mm-hmm.
School ended in May. That was around that time. I was like, damn.
I get you.
Fuck am I still? There was some other thing. I remember I did this one girl. Well, no, we weren't together at that time. I remember she called me. This is like nothing like funny or crazy. I remember she called me one time. She was like, "Hey, I need you to." It was during lunch. I lived down the street. She was like, "Hey, I need you to come to school right now. It's like an emergency. Blah 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 blah." I'm like, that's odd. This person never talks to me. I was like, what? I was like, what the hell could be happening at school? That's such an emergency. She was fucking behind the portables with some dude who was like a year younger than her, or 2 years younger. I don't remember. And she was like, I don't think he pulled out. And I was like, that ain't got nothing to do with me.
Exactly. What the fuck you call me for?
I had to go back eventually, so I didn't leave immediately when she said, because I had to go back to class. I was tardy a lot. Mm-hmm. I went, she was like crying and shit. Her friend was like, don't worry, I got it. I was like, I don't care.
Not my problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
she wasn't back though.
Good for her. Yeah, but during my freshman year, I was living the school. Well, I was going to Davis, but I lived like I didn't live inside the school zone, so I was living in Spring Branch, and so I would have to take that's Spring, Texas. It's kind of like maybe like
northern more.
It's like more north area. Yeah. Maybe like I want to say like 45 minutes or maybe to like an hour away. So I'll have to take a bus, like a city bus, to school. So I'll take the city buses. I have to take 2 buses, and it was like so I'll be on the bus for like maybe like 2 hours.
So you was on some Everybody Hates Chris type.
Yes, nigga. Yeah. My freshman year of school. So I was taking that bus to get to school. So during my freshman year, there's one day where I was going to the bus stop. That was like maybe 10 minutes away from the school. So I was waiting at the bus stop. I was on my phone, just listening to music. I'm looking at my phone, and all of a sudden, it's not there. So then I look up, and I realize that someone has like stolen it out of my hand, and they're down the street on a bike. I'm like, damn, my phone is gone. I can't do shit because I'm not gonna chase the dude down. It's not gonna I don't know if he has a gun or anything, but I really couldn't chase him down because as soon as he came by, the bus came up.
That's Earl Sweatshirt said that in the song, man.
So I was like, damn, I gotta get on the bus. I ain't got my phone. The nigga's right there. I can chase him, but it's like the bus is coming. I gotta get on the bus. Fuck it. So I'm waiting. I'm 2 hours on the fucking city bus around all these fucking. You know how city people are. They're kind of like some people are cool, some people are just like they're fucking crazy.
Yeah, you'll never know.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So I'm on the bus and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, shit. I ain't got my phone. This nigga is saying some random shit. Like he's just talking to himself.
Yeah.
It's like it's so much going on. I'm putting up with this for like 2 hours, and I eventually get home, and I have to tell my parents that. So, my grandma, I was sharing my grandma at that point. My mom was somewhere else, and it's like I didn't get a phone until maybe for like 2 months after that. So I was like, I done lost all the text messages I had for people. I was like, it was just sad. It was too much going on.
I remember I got my phone stolen my freshman year.
Really?
Yeah, I got my stolen too.
Oh wow!
I was a dumbass, by the way. I put the key really close, like where all my shit was originally. Shouldn't have really done that. But so I don't remember it was this one dude who was on we were freshmen. We were on the freshman team. He left practice early that day, and was like, I was like, dang, like he was never really showing school after that. I was like, dang, I ain't never gonna get my phone back. He gave it to his girlfriend. His girlfriend, like, we went to elementary school together, so I'd known her for, like, a while. Mm-hmm. I saw the phone, I'm like, man, that looks just like my phone. It was. And I was like, bro. So I saw him one day, I'm like, yo, bro, I heard you took my phone and you gave it to what's her name. He's like, nah, bro, I don't even talk to her. I was like, but you did, though, at one point in time. He's like, yeah, but that, I was like, no. I'm like, so you have my phone? He was like, yeah. I'm like, bro. What the fuck is it gonna happen? I was like, you need to go get my phone back. He was like, all right, I'll try. And pretty much he was like, yeah, she got your phone.
You ain't getting shit back.
And then I was like, you gonna get it back from me? He's like, nah, I can't. Blah blah blah.
It is what it is.
I got it back eventually.
Okay, cool. I didn't get my shit back. My shit was gone.
I was like, hey, so I was at school and some kid told me he had my phone. My mom was like, what? You got your phone? Who? He gave it to what girl? Hell no. So she went up to the school. She was like, hey, that bitch got his phone. I was like, damn, I was gonna get it back this way, but all right.
Hey, mom's don't play.
She was like, yeah, I went through that damn phone. All these fucking pictures and text messages she got on your phone. She's like, and she cracked this shit. I'd beat her mama's ass. I know her too. She lived right there down the street. She's like, I'm gonna go talk to her mama right after this. I was like, damn.
Not doing
right. It's like I remember after that I had like this like super cheap ass LG phone until hated this shit. I was getting roasted for it.
I get you.
My first phone that got stolen was an Alcatel or some shit like that. But yeah, that for me, for dumb reasons as well, I just left it. That one time I didn't put my shit in my locker room, in my locker, I just left it like inside one of my, cause I had gym my freshman year, and you know I just left my fucking phone up in like my jeans or something.
Y'all lockers were ass at my school too, because people were locking their shit and like combination locks. And I don't know if people just had like bolt cutters or some shit, but like people were still getting their stuff stolen.
Oh yeah, we didn't have lockers.
Or people like they would lock it with a key, but they would keep the key on them like on.
I mean like gym lockers.
Yeah, we had gym lockers. We didn't
Gym
have actual
lockers.
lockers.
That's what I meant.
We had regular lockers, but nobody really used them besides people who just thought that to bring too much shit to school that they need a locker.
But I think at our school, like we didn't even like they didn't let anybody use lockers. They had them, but they used.
Ours was sort of like that. Some people did like you kind of had like ask for it or you would get assigned it, but nobody really ever used it because nobody really brought stuff. But this was like our gym locker rooms, like next to like the basketball courts and like where all the coaches' offices are and stuff like that. People, I was saying like people definitely always get their shit stolen. Don't know how. I put my stuff down one time. I had my wallet, and I had like a lanyard or some shit. And I don't know how people at this school were fucking dumb because they would steal shit, but they would be very visible about them using the shit. Like that girl with the phone, and then somebody had my lanyard. I'm like, bro, like that's my lanyard. Can I have it back? They were like, nah, I bought this from so and so. I'm like, no, you didn't, because that's not where you would even get a lanyard from. I was like, and that's the design that I had, because I was the only one who had that design. Once I got to high school, I didn't really care about what other people thought. So I just, get whatever I thought was cool and interesting to me. Nobody ever thought like that. They was like, gotta get Gucci and Louis Vuitton and shit. So it was like very obvious. I was like, bro, just.
When I think about it, there were people in our school who had like designer shit, and they didn't have money like that.
Bro, my school was literally like a whole thing of like
niggas were wearing like LV belts with a regular ass fucking.
For me, like, my school was a whole bunch of poor people trying to convince other poor people that they're not poor. And so that got to me like freshman year. I definitely I was like, oh man, like gotta have Jordans and all this shit. And I got sophomore year, and I was like.
I just wear whatever I felt comfortable in.
I was like, I know your parents. Both your parents smoke crack. Don't talk to me. Right?
Oh my god.
So I didn't say that to anybody. Well, I mean, I probably did. I don't remember. But
that's fucked up, bro.
It was like I don't care what you guys have to say anymore, because at this point you're just making like some stupid competition. Like I don't care about none of that. Some of y'all come from 2-parent households. Y'all out here spoiled as fuck, and y'all out here acting like you're one of us.
This nigga Jaevon as well. He's like, I saw your mom suck dick for crack. Don't talk to me.
That was just remind me of something. I remember this one kid, another kid I went to school with. This was completely random outside of school. It was like down the street. He had asked my mom could he use her phone. My mom is schizophrenic, so she's like kind of like over trusting because like her perception is different. And she's like, yeah, I let him use my phone. They took off. I think she tried to run him over.
Oh my god.
I was like, damn, bro. I was like, over a phone? She had just bought it. Because she has her disability, so she wasn't working. And I was like, damn. And then, so my cousin was like, hey, I went to him and was like, yo, give me back my aunt's fucking phone and all that. He was like, I don't have it no more. I sold it or something like that. So then she went to his older brother. She beat his older brother up or something like that. Because like the younger one, he had sickle cell. The other one,
oh wow.
Because usually sometimes the older brother be tougher because they got a younger sibling to play with and beat up on. Well, he couldn't beat up on his younger brother, so he was just like a pretty boy or whatever.
Gotcha.
She beat his.
God damn.
Yeah. He still they get the phone back, but man, the nigga learned his lesson.
No, I bet.
He beat up by a girl. Honestly, could be me. But I love the kind of woman that.
You on that Jack Harlow shit? Who continue the competition?
But I mean, freshman year was cool. Sophomore year, I wasn't very athletic my freshman year. Puberty kind of took a little while to build in some muscle mass for me. It took forever, honestly. Sophomore year came in, was cool. Got some more credibility, I guess, which it helped out junior and senior year, because then people would be like, not gonna mess with that dude. He does not give a single fuck about anybody or anything here. I remember I dated this one girl. She ended up being a hoe. Not while we were dating.
Quite
She's ended up being.
Okay, that's another topic I want to get into.
I was like, damn, what do I do her?